thank you for watching the video version of Every Album Ever with Mike and Alex. Because YouTube fucking sucks, we had to edit out all of the licensed music because laws, I guess. If you want to hear the full unedited versions, you can go to iTunes and Spotify or wherever you get podcasts, and you'll get the whole version with us talking over the songs and yada, yada, yada. It sucks, and life isn't fair, but thank you for watching anyway. Welcome to Every Album Ever with Mike and Alex. My name is Michael Mansour. I'm joined, as always, by my lovely co-host, Alexander Volts. Say hello.
I want you to squeeze my lemons till the juice runs down my leg.
Ugh.
Actual lyric.
Ugh. This is Every Album Ever, the podcast where we listen to every single album in the world, one artist at a time. That's a new discography, more or less, per episode. And today, cut myself off. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. This is episode 20. We've made it to 20 fucking episodes. And because of that, who are we talking about today?
We're talking about the mighty, mighty Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin, one of the greatest cover bands of all time. I
remember when The Simpsons made that joke.
Hi-oh.
Hey-oh.
Okay. We'll get into it, obviously. But if you would like us to talk about a specific artist that maybe you want to hear about, or you have any comments, concerns, hate, love, send everything you want to everyalbumever@gmail.com. And if you want to support us, tell a friend, subscribe on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, ratings, comments, all the stuff. It'll all help. It's very nice. But of course, no need if you don't want to. And as usual, after this episode, be sure to listen to the Led Zeppelin playlist that we've created for everyone. It's a playlist on Led Zeppelin that we handpicked. Songs, our favorite songs. And if you want to go back in the archives, listen to all the playlists that we've created for every episode, you can do that as well because we're experts. We have all the answers with music.
We're expert craftsmen.
Our picks are the best picks.
Excellent.
People.
The best. Okay. The best picks.
Of course, that's not
true. The best.
For the three people that recognize that reference, I bet they're fucking very happy right now.
Well,
and I'm one of them because I get it.
I hope people are just Googling the best.
I think you should. Everyone who heard him say that, please Google it because it is the best.
YouTube it.
I think Dave Grohl is involved. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, it's the greatest. Anyway, today we're talking about Led Zeppelin. All right. Is there anything to address before we jump into it? Because this is episode 20. This is a big one. We've listened to a lot of albums. Yeah. A lot. And this is also the first episode of the new year. I wanted to start it out with a bang.
Well,
so to speak.
You want to start off with a bang, but we're both sick.
Yeah, we are. This was rough. This is a rough week. We both
low energy, but I feel like we're gonna fight anyways.
Yeah, probably.
Because I love me some Zeppelin.
Oh, you love Led Zeppelin, do you? Is that it? Okay, all right.
I got me a Led Zeppelin tattoo. That's how much I love Led Zeppelin.
Is it on your ankle?
It's on my left.
Oh, it's right there.
Right there.
So for video watchers,
the John Bonham logo.
Interesting. All right. So maybe we are gonna fight. All right.
We are gonna fight.
All right. So episode 20, we listened to a lot of albums. It doesn't, I don't know. The first few episodes felt like they were taking a long time and it was hard to listen to all the discographies, and that, like every new episode was like, fuck, a big, all right. We did another one. And now we're at 20 and it feels like we've done none.
Now we're getting too cocky. It'll be like 2 days before the podcast. It'll be like, how many albums do you listen to? 0.
Yeah. We the amount of procrastinating is, it's ratcheted up quite a bit.
It's getting out of hand. So hopefully we'll rein in these bad habits with the new year. Or maybe they'll just get worse.
Maybe. Because the last really big discography that we did was, I think, Van Halen. And that's episode 18.
That was big.
I recommend you go check that one out. That was big. And this one, Led Zeppelin, they only have 8 albums. But 8 is kind of like the sweet spot of not too long, not too short.
And one album's a double album. So
yeah.
And then also I'm very familiar with them. So it was
a little easier for you.
Yeah, a little easier.
Not for me. It's people usually surprised to hear, since I'm such a music. I'm hot. I'm taking off my jacket. Okay. All right. You're watching me take off my jacket now. I don't even know why I put the fucking thing on. Actually, I'll tell you why I put the thing on, because I'm wearing a t-shirt right now. Full disclosure.
Is it your Swans one that says you people are fucking filth?
No, it says that. No, that one says you fucking people make me sick.
Oh, close enough.
It's named after a song. Okay. This is a t-shirt from a tea brand, a brand of teas.
Oh, are you trying to get sponsored like I was with the candle company? Shout out to Threshold Candles. Still not sponsored. Still will take that sponsorship.
Why is that candle not lit?
That's a good question. Also.
There it is. See, this is all visual stuff. For people listening, Alex just put a record of...
if you watch the YouTube thing, I like to put a record up if I have records from the artists. Yeah. Like slacking it today.
So, you know what? Light that bad boy up while I tell this story about my shirt.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I can use a little ambiance.
All right.
We're sick. We need the comfort.
All right.
So I'm wearing a shirt of a fucking tea company, like a tea that you drink. Thank you for plugging in my phone / camera. Make sure it looks good too, because am I looking good? Okay. I used to work at a grocery store, and they used to have vendors come in, independent food companies, and they would just give us clothing. And this guy really liked me. He gave me clothing that fit me perfectly for some reason. And I'm wearing the shirt of I'm not going to say the name of the tea because it's stupid. I don't even drink the fucking thing, but it fits awesomely. And also, he also gave me a fucking hoodie, and I don't even wear hoodies, but it fit again really nicely, and I thought it was nice. So I represent this dude's company a lot. And that's why I was wearing my jacket. I was trying to avoid that, but it's hot, so fuck it. Tea's good. I think Alex is back with a candle.
With a threshold candle.
Threshold candle.
Raw dogging it without the headphone. Hold on. I got to move the PS4.
This is such a man. What? We're spitting on Led Zeppelin right now by talking about candles and tea. And
what an amateur hour.
And we're fucking both sick right now, so we're just going up the rails. Man, I'm so sweaty.
Dude, I'm so warm. It's like
it's so hot.
I think I have a window open. It's freezing outside.
Oh, man.
Well, it's not freezing because we live in LA, but
it's freezing for us, like 60. 60 will kill us. And when it gets down to fucking 40, I shelter up. Man.
There we go.
All right, look at that.
Boom.
What kind of candle is that again?
Threshold baby.
Threshold baby. What scent?
Baby. Oh, this is the leather and embers.
God damn, it's lovely. Shout out to whoever also likes candles. So
it's gonna happen one day.
Before I took my jacket off and everything went to fucking shit, I was trying to say that I'm a lifelong music player and lover and writer and all the thingies. And people are usually surprised to hear that I never had a Zeppelin phase. I had a Jimi Hendrix phase. I had a Doors phase. I had a fucking Stevie Ray Vaughan phase. I had all the phases, and Zeppelin was not one of them.
I had a Metallica phase.
Oh, I started with
Metallica. Yeah. Was like the first band I was like into. Mm-hmm. But Zeppelin was like the first band. I don't know. I felt like they were, obviously they're not mine. They're a gigantic band. But like that I could relate to the most.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I could be in any band as a youth.
That's the one.
That's the one.
That says a lot about your character.
Does it?
You're a bad guy, Alex.
You know, we don't all have cool, wacky older brothers who just Kramer their ways into our lives.
You just use Kramer as a verb.
Yeah, you don't.
I do now. Jesus. No, I was raised like the classics to me were like Zappa and Beefheart, I guess. And I like I said, I did like a lot of Hendrix stuff. Zeppelin, I never had anything against them. I never had a reason not to listen to them. It just never happened. And then by the time I
just get older and it's classic. Well,
it just becomes classic rock. And then KLOS is a thing. And then you hear like, okay, I heard the hits. I want to hear hardcore punk now. I want to hear noise rock, or I want to hear metal or rap. Just things that aren't my dad's music.
Yes. As I get older, classic rock gets less appealing.
Yeah.
Which is funny. You would think the opposite would happen, right? Because that's what.
You know what? I've gone full circle, and I've gone back as a full-fledged adult to Neil Young and Crosby, Stills and Nash and fucking.
Those aren't like played out though.
For my family, sure, it was.
Yeah, in some circles they are, but like every once in a while, yeah. Like I don't feel like Neil Young or like Thin Lizzy is like played out.
I agree. Except for The Boys Are Back in Town, but even then, like, it's just one song.
One song out of
they got a lot of good albums.
1,000 Black Roses.
Oh, I can't wait to do Thin Lizzy. But I never had a Zeppelin phase, and then I learned as an adult that they stole a bunch. They just stole everything, and as soon as you're not as a kid. The hypothetical person, me in this situation. You're not a Zeppelin fan. You don't care because you're fucking not into KLOS. Then you find out they stole everything. Okay, well, fuck them. I have no interest in them, in ever listening to them.
Yeah, I feel like they stole a lot in the beginning of their career. I still think they're like 4 of the best musicians ever.
Oh, boy, do I fucking disagree so hard. And like I have evidence to back me up.
All 4 of them, stellar.
I will say 2 of them, and they're not the 2 that everyone talks about. Well, people talk about John Bonham.
I feel like people talk about all 4 of them in high regard. Except for you.
2 of them are fucking not deserving of it. And I'm staunch, and I'm going to get some shit, and it's okay.
I draw some lines in the sand here.
Yeah. So Led Zeppelin has, like we said, 8 albums. The first one was in 1969. Last one released in 1979. A nice even 10 years of them being horrible human beings and making some pretty good music.
That's debatable.
No, I actually do like a lot of this, and I enjoyed quite a bit of this. And even with my personal biases of fuck these human beings, like I'm not going to deny how fucking awesome a lot of this is. But I will say that I'm right in the middle. 8 albums. I dislike 4 albums, and I really like 4 albums.
If we're doing spoilers, I dislike 1 album. I'm mediocre on 1, and I think the rest are awesome.
Well, let's get into it then, Alex.
Oh, yeah.
So, foundation, backstory, history of the band. What do you know?
So, Jimmy Page was in the Yardbirds. They were going through lineup changes. He still had rights to the name and tour dates to be filled. And so he assembled this ragtag group of British gentlemen.
Of mercenaries and misfits.
Yes. And they were doing the new Yardbirds thing for a bit. And then depending on who you believe, Keith Moon or John from The Who said, oh, this whole thing will go over like a lead balloon. And then someone said, more like a Led Zeppelin. Am I right? Am I right?
Am I right?
Am I right? Am I right?
I got a comedian over here. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then they, renamed themselves Led Zeppelin and
good name.
Recorded their first album, self-titled. And here we go. Good Times, Bad Times.
Alrighty. So what is this? All stolen?
What? Hold on.
Sorry.
We got 1, 2, 3. Only 4 songs are stolen. So.
Okay. Which songs or which ones are stolen?
Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You.
Oh boy.
You Shook Me.
Uh-huh.
Dazed and Confused.
The famous ones.
I Can't Quit You, Baby.
So, okay, man, that's already
half the album.
Heavy hitters.
Yeah,
like famous Led Zeppelin songs.
Especially Dazed and Confused. One of my favorite Zeppelin songs.
Dazed and Confused.
Yeah, I would watch the shit out of that DVD they had. Just like the 30-minute improv version of Dazed and Confused. That's my jam.
They stole the entire 30 minutes. They lifted the entire thing, the entire improvisation. They stole the whole thing.
Using the bow on the guitar.
You know, Jimmy Page gets all the credit for that. He was not even close to the first person who did that.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah. But of course, they got a lot of credit for things that other people did. And, okay, 4 concrete stolen songs. But what's the final song?
I Can't Quit You, Baby.
No, it's how many more times?
Oh, that's stolen? That wasn't.
Well, here's the thing. So I knew a lot of this was stolen, but I had the benefit of not knowing any of the original, or not knowing, or for the more bluesy stuff, not even liking that kind of music. So there was it was just kind of going in fresh. I just kind of block myself from thinking about that it was stolen. And then that song comes on, and then halfway through, there's an entire section stolen from The Hunter from it's like a famous blues song from fucking what's his name?
They even say they call me the hunter.
That's my name. Albert King, he wrote that, and then a band Free did a really famous version of it like a year later, and there is no credit as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I know. It's just an entire section and word for word.
Yeah.
Like not even changing the fucking lyrics.
Sure.
And it took me back into it. Like, oh, okay, this whole thing's stolen again. Like,
yep.
It just reminded me, oh man. And it's a good fucking album. It's so good. Which is, I'm so mad about that.
This is the album I'm okay on.
Really?
Yeah. It like Communication Breakdown, I think is considered like one of the first metal songs. I'm okay with it. And also it's not stolen. As
far as you know.
As far as I know, I like me some Black Mountainside here and there. This 2-minute little walk through the park or Mordor, depending on your taste.
Right.
And
it's actually it's such a huge bummer about Dazed and Confused and Baby I'm Gonna Leave You, because those two songs, they make the album consistent.
Oh, if Dazed and Confused wasn't on here, I would.
Well, it's because
consider it a pretty weak album.
They're so, doomy and slow and brooding, and they come in at the right times. And I really love albums that I don't like one mode the whole way through, unless it's like Slayer, which is so short that it kind of doesn't matter. But with bigger albums, or most albums, slow it down, throw in a fucking ballad every now and then, throw in something wild, just keep it mixed, and they come in at the right time, so it keeps you interested.
Yeah, the good pacing on this.
Great pacing, and it's such a bummer, man. Like, fuck, man.
At least now, the credit is.
It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter, because they're regarded as these legends, and they're just fucking thieves. And I
feel like on the first album, I feel like after that.
But the thing is, that's where everyone jumped on board. Like, oh my God, who is this band?
But
they sing like black people. How'd this happen?
I don't even think that's them at their best, this album.
It's not. But that's not even what bothers. It bothers me that they're looked at as pioneers when they're just four fucking English guys, or Jimmy Page, because he's clearly a Chinese man, but the most non-black guys playing this extremely black music at the time. Like, I don't give a fuck about.
I feel like you could, yeah.
I don't care about appropriation kind of stuff or arguments like that, but it's when it was clearly like just, I'm gonna take this. Like, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, like Elvis.
But he was like at least raised around it, and he grew up in the churches and stuff.
Oh, all right. Yeah, Elvis gets a fucking pass.
I don't like Elvis. I mean, I don't dislike Elvis, but I love Led Zeppelin's music way more than Elvis's music, for damn sure.
All right. They're thieves. They're fucking. Yeah, this is the best way to go about it. They're fucking thieves, and I think they're really good at being thieves.
They're good. They're so good at being thieves. Like, they're so talented, regardless. Like,
and yeah, I think all four of them are excellent. Like, my love of the Mars Volta probably comes from my love of Zeppelin, because you get the high pitch, the wailing guitars. I forgot to bring this up. I should have hid that from you.
I didn't see anything, sorry.
How many times do you think they've said the word baby throughout all 9?
Oh, you mean just Robert Plant alone?
Yeah.
Throughout all
9 albums. Or is it 8 albums?
I think it's 8 albums.
8 albums.
Okay, so it's in the hundreds, without a doubt. Okay, hold on. It was really heavy early on. Really heavy earlier on.
You're like going through all the song titles,
trying to think.
Figure out the averages.
Yeah. Baby. Okay, I'm not gonna throw out a specific number because there's no chance.
Just do it.
No, I meant like I'm gonna do like even numbers.
Okay.
I'm gonna say in the ballpark of 250.
Real close.
What is it?
271.
Oh shit!
That's real good.
All right.
That's real good.
I know my babies. I know my Robert Plant babies, I guess.
That's real good.
271 for just one word that you don't usually say in conversation that much.
Say it a lot, especially if you're Jimmy Page describing the girls you like.
That's a good joke. That's a good joke.
That's why people tune in.
I think well, obviously John Bonham's amazing. He's like my favorite part of this band by far, because you can't steal drums, as far as I know.
Oh, we'll get to it. But he does.
God damn it! God, I'm trying here. I'm trying to really fucking enjoy this band.
You know, I take it warts and all.
So I love him. It's probably going to change throughout this episode. His bass drum work, he's just the king of the single bass drum.
Insane.
King of the single bass drum.
King of the triplets. Again, I probably like the Melvins because of Led Zeppelin. Like,
well, Dale uses a double now.
Yeah, but yeah.
Actually, he always used a double, didn't he? He's used it since like the early 90s.
I'm not sure, but this double bass or no double bass pedal, this in terms of power, like the only, I'm sure there's other ones, but Dale of the Melvins is probably the like second to John Bonham in terms of power to me. Don't come at me. There's a wide, crazy world sports of drumming.
Of course, this is all taste. Hey, man. You know what? It's funny thing about, just like a side note, because we're doing this thing every week and we talk about our opinions, and people obviously are not going to agree with us at all. The people that get mad at our opinions are the people I want to piss off, because cool people don't give a shit. And those are the people I like. Those are the people I hang out with. People that don't give a shit. If you're getting mad, then thank you.
I ain't got time for you,
thank
brother.
You for allowing me to do my job. God damn it. So you put Dale as 2. I think Dale's like, I put Dale above John Bonham.
Well,
I love Dale.
Not like of all time. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. In terms of power, I don't feel like metal is so far away from like Zeppelin and Sabbath. I guess Bill Ward would. Yeah. See now.
Because then you bring in production to it, and Bill Ward, the production on his drums has never been nice, or it's never been kind to his drumming.
Yes.
The drum production in Led Zeppelin has always been amazing. It's been very, very complimentary to it.
Yeah. Jimmy Page was a big advocator of space and distance.
I'll give him credit for that
with the microphones.
Yeah.
So
it sounds fucking great. Pretty much across the board.
So yeah, they just like really one of the blocks of what I like musically.
Mm-hmm. So I do love Bonham quite a bit. What's the bassist name? I'm gonna
John Paul Jones.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's great, and he's a multi-instrumentalist. I saw, lucky enough to see him play with them Crooked Vultures, which is him, Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age, and Dave Grohl.
Isn't it just Queens of the Stone Age light?
I mean, Josh Homme's guitar and voice are so powerful. It's Queens of the Stone Age, but like, I love Grohl and John Paul Jones so much. Like, just to see those 3 dudes play.
To see that would be amazing.
Yeah, and it was.
I'm listening to that album, and there's only like a couple tracks where Dave Grohl sings backup, and those are the best by far.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Why wouldn't he sing more? We like his voice. We know him. We want to hear him too. We don't just like Josh. Jesus.
Yeah, it would have been interesting if they do like another album. But also, I kind of felt like it was a one-off thing. I was like,
probably, yeah.
I'm going to do it. Got to see him.
Yeah, for sure. I love John Paul Jones. I love Bonham. Man, Jimmy Page, I think is one of the most overrated guitar players. And this is coming from a guitar player who spent a lot of time looking at guitar players, and man, he's so fucking sloppy. Like, him and Robert Plant. Robert Plant, I think, is less talented as a singer than for sure Jimmy Page is as a guitarist. Because what I get from Jimmy Page is that he's a super talented dude who never worked on it.
Maybe
it sounds the way.
I like his riffs.
He has cool riffs, cool styles, cool solos, but you hear it throughout all the albums. You see it in live performances. It's a dude who relied only on his talent his entire life. And if you look at like recent performances when he's an old man, he sounds fucking horrible. And that's,
although most people is old men.
Not true. You look at fucking goblin ass Steve Howe from Yes. He's better now as a fucking 90-year-old. Because he kept at it. You could tell Steve Howe is trained and he works really hard at it. Jimmy Page, lazy. he plays as though he worked very little.
I'm gonna bring that up again later.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I do feel the same about Robert Plant, but more specifically, which I'll get into again later. Okay, so you're okay with this album?
It's an okay album. I think from here on out, it's all amazing until the end.
Oh boy. Okay, let's move on. This is 1969, same year, Led Zeppelin II. Let's talk now because everyone has heard that song millions and millions of times.
I still love that song, and that holds up better to me than some of their other bigger hits.
Yeah.
I can still throw that song on.
I don't mind that song. I do mind this whole album though. I didn't care for this. This was my worst for a while.
Oh,
you look upset.
Heartbreaker.
So, to reference, this is my citation.
Okay.
For a previous claim, because when you make a claim, you have to have evidence.
Okay.
About Jimmy Page being fucking horrible. That entire solo in the middle, it's so fucking sloppy. It's hilarious. It's like he's trying real hard, but he's not thinking about what he's gonna do next. That's what it sounds like. He's improvising without thinking about what he's gonna do next.
Living, loving. She's just a woman.
I don't. It's that one. It's become one of the KLOS tracks for me. It's just been played to death for me.
And then Moby Dick, like the first drum solo,
the drum solo of Moby Dick, fucking very cool.
I remember like sitting there on the kit, like trying to do that fucking kick. It's like triplets where you do the kick first.
Oh yeah.
Or at the end, depending on what you're doing. You get that double bass sound.
Yeah.
But
I forgot what it's called. But.
Yeah, that's a fun song if you like the drums.
It's a cool one. But everything else, man, I was struggling. I listened to it 3 times thinking like, why don't I like this? And why, like, it's not bad. I don't think anything on here is bad. But none of it sticks with me.
Thank you. Not even thank you. Obviously, the lemon song didn't, even though he says, I want you to squeeze my lemon until the juice runs down my leg.
That's the song.
That's the one.
Oh, my God. He refers to his genitals as lemon.
He does other crazy things that,
Well, when life gives you lemons.
You make jizz.
You jerk off Robert Plant.
Dude, also on that DVD, I remember being like, that dude has no shame with his bulge. It's just fucking...
It was encouraging those days.
Dude, it was gnarly.
Dude, man, I don't know how I feel about not being alive during a time where bulge was encouraged.
Right?
Because it's always been embarrassing as far as I've been breathing.
I know. In high school, if you were a teenage boy, or anything about teenage boys, you just get boners.
Randomly.
Can't do
spontaneous boners.
Thing about it.
Oh, every boy from ages like 12 to 17, 18, they're walking around in a state of high anxiety.
Man,
every single one of them.
If it was the 70s, I'd be so much more at ease.
Yeah. Let it happen.
Like, hey,
check it out.
Check it out. Yeah. Anyways.
Anyway, I didn't fucking like this album at all. But I didn't hate the songs. It just rock and roll, classic rock shit doesn't do it for me.
I think it's better than the first one. I like Heartbreaker. I like Whole Lot of Whole lot of lemon. That's what I got on my mind.
Dude, this album sounds like if you took out Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You and Dazed and Confused from the first album. That's what this sounds like to me.
I disagree. I think it's a little more focus, little less theft with
how many stolen songs in this one?
Only 2.
Only 2. Which ones?
Lemon Song and Bring It On Home. So Robert Plant didn't even come up with that. Someone else did.
Hold on, I'm choking.
You should be. That's a lot of lemon juice.
The ridiculous as sexual Robert Plant ass lyric you said at the beginning of the show. Isn't even, he stole that.
Yeah, he stole it. Whatever. And now it's in your lives. And you can't unhear it.
Even though they have like these confirmed stolen songs, there was still a lot of like traditional blues stuff that they just took credit for, right?
I think so, like The Hunter or...
Yeah. So
But yeah.
even though we're saying this one only has two stolen songs, I'm sure there's little borrowings here and there.
Maybe, but from 3 till, I think they're done doing that.
All right. Fuck him anyway. No. Okay, let's move on. What do we got?
Now we're moving on to 1970, Led Zeppelin III.
I'm gonna take a guess. We this album, Led Zeppelin III, is behind us right now.
Yeah.
Is this your best or your personal favorite in any way?
No, I made some Sophie's choices.
No, really?
It was real hard for me to pick my personal or what I thought the best was.
Mm-hmm.
I do like this album a lot.
Right.
You got Immigrant Song.
That was the opener. Yep.
Killer track. Everyone loves that. You got Since I've Been Loving You. Beautiful. I'm going to get made fun of for this, and my friends that did it used to be into inline skating, and there's an inline skating video in one of the sections. The dude was skating to Since I've Been Loving You. And that song really opened up my mind with the triplets on the drums.
Interesting.
That was the first time triplets made sense to me.
Right.
Was on Since I've Been Loving You. Out on the Tiles. Dope. Tangerine. And That's the Way. So beautiful. So heartbreaking. That's summer love songs right there. Tangerine and That's the Way.
Yeah.
Or maybe post summer when you've had your heart broken.
Yeah.
You throw those 2 songs on. And really awesome. I wanted to give it some sort of recognition, but at the end of the day,
all right. So I agree with all that, except hats off to Roy Harper. Blows.
That's not great.
Awful.
But the rest of the album's so strong.
This was almost my best. I enjoy this one. I think I'm going to go back to this one after we're done with this.
There we go. I got him. We did it, ladies and gentlemen.
How many stolen songs?
0.
0
on this.
Okay.
That we know of.
That we know of. I'm so glad you said that because
it's 2020, year of our Lord. So, maybe afterwards, maybe stuff may come out.
As of now. Because on my notes, I write, I really hope they didn't steal Since I've Been Loving You. I just
that would break my heart.
I would have been so devastated. Because that whole time I was listening to it, I thought, this is, once again, a perfect example of why I don't like blues. Or why I don't like most blues. Because it's a blues song, but it's not blues chords. It's different. It's just, hey, we're going to play it like blues, but we're going to write a song instead of play the same fucking chords that have been played over and over again for the past 80 years.
Also, random fact, I bought up the Volta earlier. They got their song, The Widow, and I thought it was... slightly inspired by Since I've Been Loving You.
Interesting. I like both songs.
Yeah.
And I'm not even a Mars Volta fan, but I do like that song.
I think you just like triplets.
Yeah. I like 3/4, like 6/8 quite a bit.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of certain types of rhythms I've learned, even especially with this band, oddly enough. But the song Friends, oh my God.
So fun.
Oh, do I love that song.
Should we give them a taste? Because that's not a, yeah.
Put on Friends.
Dun, 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 dun. No, not that Friends.
No. I think definitely one of their best songs, super underrated. I never heard it before.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it caught me off guard. I really adore that one. Yeah.
I listen to these a lot. No surprises here, I see.
No, indeed. But I don't know. I just liked other stuff more, which is the only reason why I didn't give this best or personal favorite.
Sure.
Still real good. Let's move it on.
Yep. To the Untitled, aka Led Zeppelin IV in 1971. That
we just listened to Hey Man for the video watchers.
Black Dog.
Yeah. At that little chorusy section.
Yeah.
When they finish the riff and they go back into the first riff, it's like, first of all, they all lose time with each other every single time. And I try to listen to it as if like maybe they're playing this weird odd thing. They just wrote a thing that doesn't go together. It's hilarious. It sounds like sloppy is an understatement. It sounds like they wrote it incorrectly. It's funny. It's so weird how not tight they are.
I don't know, because I have like the notations on this for the drum part, but maybe that notation isn't accurate.
The drums,
too.
well, also with notation, there's a lot of bending to make it fit the notation.
To write it.
There's no variance in like tempo changes and stuff. That's the problem with notation. You can't. It's hard to
get it exactly.
Yeah, because there's so much variability that comes with human beings playing instruments, but it's off as fuck. And I thought it was an accident, and then they play it again and they do it again. So it's like, Page and Jones are playing the same thing that doesn't go with the drums. They're both playing a thing that does not fit the rhythm of the drums.
So yeah,
it's very odd sounding.
I just felt like, because he does that weird thing on multiple songs where like he doesn't hit you with the snare drum where you think it should be. Having said that, I had to give this best album because it's just like all the hits are on here.
Alex,
this is like the gateway drug into Led Zeppelin.
Alex, this is my least favorite.
Dude,
this is my least favorite.
I don't know. Like it's played out, but I can't
stand it.
I can't deny it. So, remember how you said you can't steal drums?
Oh no! What did he do? What else is stolen before you get into it? Well, how many songs?
This album, well, they don't get credit for it, but the rock and roll drum beat is stolen. And then When the Levee Breaks
isn't Stairway to Heaven also stolen?
Yeah, currently in court. Okay.
No, it's stolen. It's stolen as fuck. I've heard the original version, dude. I heard the side by side. I was not expecting it to be that blatant. I was not expecting John Bonham to have stolen a drum thing.
But he did. He did.
Fuck these guys, dude. Oh my God.
You know, I was listening to Stairway thinking, I've heard this a million times before, but oh man, when the drums come in, I can't.
It's a good song.
Can't deny it.
I can't. I mean, it's objectively a good song, but my God, I can never hear it ever again and I'll be fine.
Misty Mountain Hop, so good.
Okay. I will admit that Devo ripped off that song for Uncontrollable Urge.
I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice.
Hard. But the thing is, I like their song better. Yeah. It's literally the same. Da 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 da. It's the same exact. It's like note for note. I don't care for it. It's like it's too. I don't know. I just don't. I just thought of Devo and made me want to hear Devo.
And then I guess because he stole from Little Richard. If we got volume, then you got When the Levee Breaks, one of the most iconic sampled drum breaks ever. All the hits on this album, start to finish, even if you think they're played out, I cannot deny the power of Led Zeppelin IV.
I'll deny it. I'll deny it to the ends of it.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, you will.
I do like Going to California.
Going to California is good. 4 Sticks. Like I said, maybe not personal. I don't know where I'd rank it personally, but you know, it's the album.
Okay, so my question is, who hasn't heard all these fucking songs at this point in the world? Because I never listened to Led Zeppelin and I heard all these songs.
Probably, that's why I gave it this album.
That's why I would give it worse. I didn't give it worse because it's not the worst. But that's one reason I would. It's because there's no reason to listen to this. Because we all know it. We've all heard it.
Isn't that like...
And they stole a fucking, like, their most famous songs. Stairway to Heaven is for sure stolen. I actually listened to the side by side and it was like, oh fuck, man. Like, goddamn. They stole that one too.
Whatever.
It's upsetting. It's a bummer, man. I really wish they were original, but I just don't like them as people.
I think it'd be a bummer if it was happening in real time, but because I just like knew going in, like what I was getting into.
It helps that I didn't have like my dreams crushed, like learning Santa wasn't real or whatever.
Again, I just think all 4 of them are very awesome at what they do.
Man, fuck Jimmy Page. he's just not. Well, actually, I don't have a problem because, like, clearly, at least he's talented. Robert Plant, he's okay, and he's just got the style. And as the albums go on, which I'll dive into a lot more,
you can notice his voice.
He starts trying to actually sing, and then you start hearing the weaknesses in his actual voice, and then other things. And them two start to sound way worse as albums go on. It made me like them way less as musicians and like Bonham and Jones way more throughout my time with this band.
All four of them, all stars.
God
Hall of
damn
Fames.
it, Alex.
Hall of Fames.
No.
I think they are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So
Of course they are.
So suck it.
Man, if I judge my,
No, that doesn't mean like I don't think Motorhead's in the Hall of Fame. Maybe. I don't know. Who cares about that place?
Yeah, fuck that place. Let's move on. This is 1973, Houses of the Holy.
Personal
favorite?
Personal
It's
favorite.
my best / personal favorite.
Every song, fucking killer. Every song is different.
Yep, for damn sure.
So the song I was talking about earlier that I'm like, you're probably gonna love because you're like, oh, the acoustic guitars and the strings coming.
Yeah.
Fucking Rain song, motherfucker.
Yes.
Rain song.
Incredible.
Such an
So good.
underrated Zeppelin jam.
Fucking so good.
Usually I don't like white people doing reggae, but the
Diary Maker.
it's real good.
I fucking hate how much I love that song. I love it, and I wish I didn't. Honestly,
I think because Robert Plant's not trying to sing like a reggae guy. He's just singing like Robert Plant.
Yeah, he sounds very funny on that one to me.
Fucking No Quarter, one of the greatest songs ever. I love it.
It's metal. It's metal as fuck.
I fucking love me some No Quarter. And then you got Deagle Bop. Deagle Bop. That's off the live album.
What is that called?
The Ocean.
That's the Ocean. I will say that the crunch is annoying. My voice is cracked. The crunch is annoying as fuck.
A little funky.
It's too funky.
They should lean back. It still works for me.
Also, if it was shorter, I probably wouldn't give a shit. But it's like it's like a sore thumb in the middle of the album. But yeah, it doesn't matter. This one is the only full Zeppelin album I listened to before this, and not even like that long ago either. Maybe a couple of years. And I heard it and I thought, oh, this is why everyone loves Zeppelin. This is fucking incredible. I bet they're all like this, and they're not. Like, this is still my favorite. This is like still stuck out as like, oh, this is by far.
This is the album I will revisit more than likely. Like if I go a long time without listening to Led Zeppelin and I'm like, oh, I want to throw on, most likely it's going to be Houses of the Holy.
Yeah, and it still has a lot of overplayed songs like every Zeppelin album, but this one still has like half of them are still pretty overplayed. Don't care because they still work for me. Whereas like Black Dog and Rock and Roll, they're overplayed.
Like car commercials.
Yeah, they're overplayed, but I didn't even like them to begin with, or I didn't love them to begin with. These ones overplayed, but fuck it, I still love them.
Yep.
I can't imagine anyone not liking this and liking Zeppelin.
Yeah, it's like they're I don't know what to compare it to. It's like when you get past like Led Zeppelin IV, I think this is like the album.
Yeah, things get weird. But this is the one where it's, I don't know, it feels very contained. It feels diverse in all the right ways. Where it's like, let's try a little bit of this and let's throw a little bit of that. And it all works for the most part.
I could see some people complaining that it's not heavy enough, but then it's like, that's what the Ocean's for.
Yeah.
That's what the
Ocean and No Quarter. Dude, No Quarter is fucking, that bass, god damn.
That song will fuck you up. Fuck anybody up.
That's like a really long song. And if it comes on, I'm done. I'm sitting there for the entire
thing.
Yeah, the whole thing. I'm sitting there. God damn it. And the production.
John Paul Jones, organ playing or keyboard playing.
Oh, it's him?
Oh, yeah. Because, he does all the keyboard organ stuff.
I didn't know that.
Hear that.
The production on it is some of my favorite because it's spacey. There's a lot of, I mean, literally, not only like in space, I mean, literally, there's a lot of space between the instruments. You could hear it. Drums sound fucking awesome. They sound like they're in the room with you. And then, I don't know, it's just fucking beautiful. I love this sound, this specific way of recording. I'm a huge fan of. It's very Steve Albini-esque, where it's. I mean, this one has a lot more studio effects than Steve Albini probably would, but it has that very live in the room feel.
Yep, that's what they were known for. I think they pretty much did that on all their albums.
I like the way it works here more because of the songwriting is so spacey too.
Yeah, usually you're not a fan of spacey, so
thing is, I can't be contained. I can't be contained. All right.
All right.
I can't be predicted, Alex.
You can't put me in a box, motherfucker.
Although if you put a song in 6/8, I'm probably gonna like it. So I'm actually very predictable.
Yeah. Or feature triplets on the drums, then Mike will like it.
God damn, you're right.
All right.
Let's move on
to the Beefy Boy.
Beefy Boy.
1975 Physical Graffiti.
Big album. This one's long. This one's real fucking long.
Big album. John Paul Jones actually wanted to quit the band between this album and last album. The manager said, slow your horses. So there's a little bit of a break in between. Real glad he didn't, because this is a real solid fucking album. Like, I wish when I was a kid and Puff Daddy had that Godzilla soundtrack song Come With Me, I wish someone just like showed me Led Zeppelin, because I thought I liked that song. I guess I did like that. Like, I love that song.
It's samples Kashmir, right?
Yeah. I wish someone was just like, yeah, listen to Led Zeppelin.
First of all, you just referenced fucking, is that Godzilla 2000?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Or 99?
Yeah.
Of course I know the year that with Hank Azaria.
Yeah, if you're like my age, that's
Matthew Broderick. Not
that's
Hank
probably
Azaria.
like your first like taste of Led Zeppelin if you weren't like familiar with them, was that song.
Man.
Such a weird thing. The Godzilla soundtrack, Sean Combs, Jimmy Page, live on SNL. Close your eyes, no surprise, come with me. Dun, dun, dun.
That's so fucking wacky. My God. I like that song. I love the strings in it.
It's so good.
I don't care for this album though.
Too long for you?
It's real long, but there are so many things I don't like on it and so little things that jump out to me as being awesome. Except, which I'll die for. What the fuck is it called? How do I not even know where it is? I wrote it down and I fucking... All right, well, I guess I'm lying because I forgot what it's called and I thought I wrote it down. Oh, In the Light. No shit.
Oh, In the Light's
In the Light's
amazing.
one of the best Led Zeppelin songs.
It's so good.
That's an incredible fucking song.
John Bonham got some writing credits on this because he like arranged some songs. So I mean, that's bullshit that drummers. I don't know what it's like now. I don't know what Greta Van Fleet's doing.
Let's all stop and listen to Greta Van Fleet.
Please.
Jesus Christ. Or you can just listen to Led Zeppelin. It's the same shit.
It's the same thing. I thought going into this, I was not a fan of In My Time of Dying. And then 10-minute bluesy song. And then I was listening to it. I'm like, I don't know what I would cut. Maybe like 2-3 minutes off of it, but that's not much.
I'd cut the whole goddamn thing, man.
Of course you would.
It's 10 minutes of bluesy bullshit, man. I can't. It just bores me. It's not like awful.
10 Years Gone? You don't like, I feel like you should like 10 Years Gone. We're talking about the acoustic stuff.
Yeah. I noted that one as being pretty good.
Beautiful. Wonton Song. Banger. Straight banger. I don't care for Boogie or Black Country Woman.
No.
But I'm going to throw on the Wonton Song. Rockin'. But yeah, so they I forget how much they recorded. They recorded like 3 album sides worth of music and then filled the 4th one with like unreleased tracks. So that's how you end up with a double album.
This thing is so fucking long. It's not that I mind long albums. I do mind long albums typically, but it's like every song felt like it overstayed its welcome, which meant as a kind of a grand scheme that the album didn't even need to be that long. Like if every song was a little bit shorter, it would have been normal length album. I probably would have enjoyed it a lot more.
Well, yeah. Also, I feel like double albums are usually like theme or concept albums, and this is not one of those. So it's kind of this big collection
of songs.
Yeah,
it's always
that for the most part work for me.
Yeah, they don't for me.
Down by the Seaside.
I don't remember it.
All right, gonna hit you with it.
That actually, I feel like I would like that if it was a Neil Young song.
Oh yeah, it was this kind of Neil Youngy.
Yeah. Again, I can't say it's bad. I just didn't enjoy it, and I don't want to go back to it.
I feel like this Cashmere.
It's a good fucking song.
And then In the Light. I think they're back to back.
Are they? Ooh, that's heavy hitters right there.
Yeah,
because In the Light is fuck, man. I really really love that one.
It's a beautiful. Yeah, they're back. I mean, so if you're listening to it on like album, that's the end of side 2, and then In the Light is side 3.
Gotcha.
So, but if you're doing it on the album back to back, light you up.
Goddamn,
get it done.
Get it done. Yeah. All right, let's move on to 1976. Sorry, 1976 Presents.
And this is Immigrant Song Part 3.
Okay.
Achilles' Last Stand.
Yeah. So for video watchers, we listened to a lot of this.
2 minutes.
2 minutes of Achilles' Last Stand. One of the best fucking hard rock songs ever written.
So good.
Unbelievable.
So amazing. I'm upset at my younger self for taking so long
to get into it.
I mean, for the past few years, I
appreciate it.
But like towards took me like a year or two of listening to Zeppelin to realize the power of that fucking song.
It's powerful. It's fucking 10 minutes and it does not feel like it doesn't even feel 3 minutes. It just goes right by. It's so good.
It's crazy. So Robert Plant was in a horrible car accident.
Oh,
that's probably why his vocals are a little.
I have arguments, but go on.
So he recorded the whole album in a wheelchair.
Fuck, really?
Good for him. More than usual. This is the Jimmy Page show because of that. Because him and Plant. And even though I think John Paul Jones should have been structuring more songs because he's a brilliant, whether he's on bass or keys or
overall good musician.
So this is all mostly Jimmy Page. Nobody's Fault But Mine. Awesome song as well. Hots on For Nowhere is real stupid. I would like to hear David Lee Roth do it.
Oh,
I think it'd be a beautiful mess if he did that. And then T for One is just Since I've Been Loving You Part 2.
I just like Since I've Been Loving You, I fucking love it because it's a blues song where, hey, we're going to write a song instead of just, you know my argument. I think it's awesome.
Usually we're against sequel songs, but this sequel song works.
It's literally a sequel song?
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. It's just not called Since I've Been Loving You 2.
Well, whatever. Fuck it. As long as I didn't notice, so that helps. So I'm about to shit all over Robert Plant because starting from Houses of the Holy, I really noticed it more, or I started noting it here. But from that album to the end, he is off key a whole bunch. He's off key a lot. He's flat a lot of areas. He's it's not like where earlier on he was doing a lot of his cat wails and all that rock and roll stuff. That stuff always sounded fine. It never sounded off key. But here he's doing a little bit of that, and he's doing a lot of regular sung vocals, and it sounds fucking hit or miss like crazy. And I thought so if you were to jump into this and you knew nothing of the earlier albums, you'd think, oh, this guy is just not a good singer. But you hear the earlier albums and he is a good singer. I don't think he's not like a technically he's not like a good vocalist where he's trained and he does impressive vibrato stuff, and he's just he's just naturally talented.
Sure.
Naturally talented with no training, or he didn't really work on it. The same with Jimmy Page. So I was trying to think about why all these later albums sound like fucking ass. And as
motherfuckers in a wheelchair.
Wrong. Maybe it's right. I actually don't know. But
you can't get your full.
Well, my theory is because as a guy who's recorded vocals many times, it's tricky and hard because for anybody who has had any experience recording and recording vocals, being flat is a common issue. It's and it's not because you're tone deaf or you hear or you think your pitch is off. It's what you're hearing in your headphones. It's usually a problem with headphones. You don't hear it so much with like live situations because I don't know, you're all hearing the same thing. But for some reason with headphones, that's why you see a lot of like them with one headphone ear off and like holding their ear.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a lot of stuff, a lot of tricks, a lot of methods to try and get it so you're seeing accurately, or what you're hearing is what's being recorded. So what's happened to me a lot is I'll record a thing and I'll think it sounded fine when I was singing it, and I'll listen back to it and all the notes will be correct. It'll just be a hair flat, and after too much of that, it sounds like, oh, this sounds just bad. It sounds like I'm off. It sounds like I don't know what I'm doing, even though you're like all of those notes are correct, but just in like as if the whole song was being played a hair flat. And that's what it sounds like when he goes for a lot of the sustained notes.
Mm-hmm.
You hear it, fuck man, a lot.
I don't, even though we got Last Stand, nobody's fault but mine, I don't think they should have recorded this. I think they should have let him recover.
Yeah.
Let John Paul Jones get some of his sanity. But the riffs are crazy because it's a lot of start-stop throughout the whole album. The riffs are just like that. And then I'm not sure, but I feel like this has the most overdubs, like so many layers of guitars.
Well, the crazy cool harmony in Ecclesiastes Last Stand is a pretty good example of that. That would not be easy to do live.
No, you get like 2 or 3 different guitar parts.
But I didn't finish. But the reason why,
oh my bad,
it's so the being flat thing, the reason why I think it's a completely separate issue is like, I'm sure that's what happened. Like he thought he was singing on key and it recorded flat. However, all it takes is for someone to listen back to it and say, hey, do it again.
Sure.
And what I feel like is these last fucking 5 albums or whatever, he just didn't want to do it again. Like a lot of, it seems like in the earlier albums, the pitch was fine. And then as soon as like they start getting crazy and they become like the greatest thing in the world, suddenly his pitch is off and maybe there was a little bit less attention to detail.
They were like the biggest rock band in the world at one point.
I can only, just a hunch, just a theory. Maybe they said, maybe he's like, it sounded fine. Well, it's fine.
Yeah.
But really it's not.
Or maybe, he's in an awful car accident.
Like I said, on House of the Holy it started.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think maybe
that's when,
just maybe,
or no. So after, that's when there's like some drama after Houses of the Holy, but not with him.
Mm-hmm. Well, with who?
Oh, with John Paul Jones.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
So, it's not great for the world's biggest rock band.
No. But that's my theory and why I think Route Plan sucks. I think this is a good album. But I don't like a lot of the stuff in the middle. It's like, I don't know, the opening song and the closing songs are so good that it kind of lets you forgive a lot of the middle stuff.
Also, yeah, I think, there's probably like 3 really good songs and then the rest is filler.
Yeah. Before we move on.
And then he actually says the word fuck.
I wasn't mishearing that.
On Hots On For Nowhere actually says fuck.
And that's it's not common for classic rock bands.
Nope.
I think when we did Van Halen, hearing David Lee Roth say fuck in one of the songs, like, oh my God.
You think
that's so uncomfortable
guy
for
says
me.
that word a lot, probably.
In real life, yeah. But I mean like the songs. Which is kind of odd. So let's move on. What is this?
All right. So this is 1979, In Through the Outdoor.
Last album.
Ugh.
All right.
John Paul Jones, stay away from synths. Those are not your strong suits.
I would say not. Is this by process of elimination worst album?
Worst album.
Yeah, for both of us.
Southbound, that keyboard is so fucking annoying.
All of the songs, the keyboard fucking annoying.
But it's amazing how like in lockstep. I gotta play it because it's amazing. Just a taste of like how the keys and drums are. Don't if you're a band or an artist, don't ever record a song with hot dog in the title unless you're Captain Beefheart or maybe Primus. Those are the only two bands who can sing about hot dogs.
Dude, it's fucking honky tonk country. And it blows.
It's awful. It's real bad.
It's okay. That's another one of my citations, actually. Because, well, first of all, the song is obviously bad. You can hear that they don't know what they're doing. But there's a whole section where Page is trying to play faster than his fingers are capable of playing, and it sounds real bad. It sounds sloppy.
Oh, man. Getting a little older.
How was he, like 32? 20,
That's
28?
true. They started off like at 19.
Yeah, there's no excuse. That dude fucking sloppy. He just didn't work. He just didn't work at it. Like Mr. Steve Howe, who did work on it, because he's a fucking
Goblin.
crypt keeper now, yeah?
I guess Fool in the Rain, All My Love, and I'm Gonna Crawl has its fans, but I don't care for any of these.
Okay, well, I actually dig Fool in the Rain, except for when it goes fucking salsa. I appreciate it, but I don't like it. All of My Love is criminally overrated. I don't know.
Think so?
Horrible fucking
I noticed
song.
that. Like, you like the Van Hagar shit.
What?
Like on the Van Halen episode, you like the Van Hagar garbage.
Oh, no. Overrated.
Oh,
no,
okay.
Not underrated.
All right,
no,
never mind.
I think the song blows.
It does blow.
One of the cringiest keyboard solos I've ever heard in my entire life. And I've heard we've heard all of Sammy Hagar. Van Hagar.
And we just spent a good amount of time putting over John Paul Jones. So don't.
We love him as a bass player or whatever the hell else he does.
I love him as a keyboard player. That's not on this fucking album.
It's like this is Van Halen since before Van Halen, but bad. It's like
I don't even know how to pronounce Carouselabrum.
Where?
Oh, track 5.
Carouselambra.
Hot garbage. Hands down, worst Led Zeppelin song ever recorded. That was me and Mike dying inside because we're already dead from being sick. But not the best way to go out.
No.
But also not their choice.
What do you mean?
Oh, because after this, Jump On 'Em died.
Oh, that's right.
Did like 40 shots or something ridiculous like that.
Was it alcohol poisoning?
He like asphyxiated on his own.
Okay. He's okay.
Pretty much alcohol.
Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, pretty much alcohol poisoning.
I can't believe I didn't know how he died.
And I think that's another reason I love Led Zeppelin. One of the few bands who broke up because the drummer wasn't there. You can't say that about too many bands.
I could name one other at the top of my head, and that's Sun City Girls, and that was more recent, which was real sad.
And like the Who totally should have broke up.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, fuck yeah.
Keith Moon, fucking legend. But, I think that's another reason I like Zeppelin. They've done like a few reunion things.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about how sloppy Old Man Page is.
Sure is.
I don't remember what year Live Aid was. It's atrocious. It's fucking Phil Collins on drums. I don't think they even practiced with him. It's not 100% his fault. It's 50% Jimmy Page's fault. It's just one of the most awful performances ever.
Really? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I think it's like so bad they've like tried to like block it. but you can't block anything from the internet. You can look up that awful Live Aid performance.
And I urge you all to do so. And since we're speaking about their personal lives, what's the deal with that whole shark in the vagina thing?
It's questionable if that happened or not.
Bet it did.
Yeah, maybe. I
bet a lot of things happened. Jimmy Page, real piece of shit.
Yeah. Well, no, I think that was more Bonham. I think.
Well, he's dead now, so good. No, not good. But also, I mean, it's not. It's been talked about to death, but like the whole fucking black magic, Aleister Crowley bullshit that Jimmy Page was dabbling with.
Again, yeah, probably.
Dude is a weirdo.
Yeah.
Fucking weirdo.
That's the first time I heard about Aleister Crowley. And then
did he buy his house or something?
Yeah. And then filmmaker Kenneth Anger is doing a movie, Lucifer Rising. Jimmy Page was supposed to do 20 minutes of music and he only gave him 10. And then Kenneth Anger said he put a curse on Jimmy.
Fucking Christ. Who are these fucking nerds, dude?
I love these.
Hey, you have a curse on you.
They are nerds and I love them. Yeah, they've done a few reunion shows. I think it was like 06, 07, 08. They did a reunion show in London, and I saved up my money because I thought they were going to tour.
Oh, really? Just the one?
Yep, just the one. I saved up my money for no reason.
For no reason, because saving money is stupid.
It is stupid. I don't even remember what I did with it when I'm like, they're not going to tour. But yeah, broke my little heart that I didn't get a tour out of that. Even though
it might have killed them.
I don't like Jason. I don't like Jason Bonham on the drums.
You don't? Why not?
No, he's weak. He's real weak. Yeah.
What do you mean? He just doesn't hit as hard? He doesn't have that power?
Yeah, he's lacking something like even like I forget what wacky music festival like John Paul Jones, Questlove, and I believe the guy is John Harper did like an improv 2 thing where they did Zeppelin songs. Like even Questlove can like channel.
Well, he's
Questlove's not human. He can do anything.
Also, big guy, strong arms.
Strong arms. Like that, I would have, if I'm being a nerd in fantasy booking, I would prefer like every city they go to, they have like a different drummer. Like LA gets Dave Grohl, Philadelphia gets Questlove. Like,
interesting. Man, that's making me
no disrespect to Jason Bonham, but also, you're lacking something.
Not enough sharks.
Not enough sharks, although I guess that is real sweet of the band to be like, yeah, you can feel your dads. You can't, though.
Fuck, man.
That's every son's story, right? They're never going to be good enough, as good as their dad.
Except not many of their dads have succeeded on their own.
Not everyone's dad is a drumming.
Yeah, not everyone's that lucky. That's a dark joke, but anyway, fuck, sorry.
So that's personal little stories after they broke up.
So that was a big I'm actually real glad we did this because I can finally say I have opinions on Led Zeppelin's music. Before I'd be like, I don't know. They're around. I never listened to them.
I've had opinions on Led Zeppelin's music for
looking off into the sunset as you say that.
Like 15 years. So,
well,
15 plus years. Old man.
Good band.
Old enough to have a teenager who just started listening to Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
That's how long I've had opinions on
if you knock someone up at too young, you definitely.
Well, I got into Led Zeppelin. I would, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think you should knock someone up.
No.
Start that.
No one's getting my lemon juice.
Oh, beautiful. Okay. Recap. What are we recapping? Okay. Okay.
You go first. I go first.
Yeah, you go first.
All right. Best album. Untitled, aka Led Zeppelin IV. Personal favorite. Houses of the Holy. Worst album. In Through the Outdoor. Don't bring that shit around my face. Ever.
Surprisingly, a lot of overlap in both negative and positive with Alex. Best album, personal favorite, Houses of the Holy, 1973. Only one I'm probably going back to. That's not true. I'm probably going to go back to other ones. Led Zeppelin IV or Untitled, whatever, 1971. Least favorite, fuck Stairway to Heaven. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of all those goddamn songs. And Into the Outdoor, 1979, worst album. Objectively, I think everyone can agree on that one, hopefully. Jesus. So we're going to wrap it up. This is a big one. My voice is shot.
Horse.
I should be asleep right now. We're both sick.
I'm sick for doing this podcast and sick for this in general.
Yeah, sick of life. If you have any feedback on this episode, maybe you want to shit on us, argue, whatever, or if you want to suggest an artist for us to cover in the future, send any love, comments. I keep saying comments. If you send any love, hate to everyalbumever@gmail.com.
Or comment on the YouTube page.
You can comment on the YouTube page, yeah. You can subscribe on YouTube or iTunes or Spotify or wherever. Tell a friend if you would like us. All that shit will help. Of course, you can also not do any of that stuff. And you can follow me on Instagram at Pope Jesse Ventura and Alex at
Mother Puncture.
And once again, Spotify playlist for Led Zeppelin, as well as every other episode There will be links on everyalbumever.com as well as in the descriptions of wherever you're listening or watching. There should be links all over the place. Oh, man. I can't wait to drink some water.
Think of our links as our lemon juice.
Don't do what he just said. It's disgusting. Alex, you disgust me. Okay. What is our closing song?
I should have been thinking about this, and I don't fucking know. I feel like we played a lot of Achilles. So you know what? I'm just gonna do In the Light.
In the Light. Thank you for listening, guys. See ya.